A bit of a backstory. Every year I go to a big house with family and my mother's friends. One friend has 3 kids, 2 girls and 1 boy. The boy is 7 and is the oldest kid. Me myself was 13 at that moment. The kid was very immature for his age and cried about almost everything, and he never wanted to listen to anyone. So that was fun. Not in the house was a huge wall with behind it the hallway, and on the other side the kitchen, living room, etc. So you could go around it. Ek equals entitled kid, ed equals entitled dad. So I was just sitting on the couch on the last day as we were about to leave. The kid was just running around and kept jumping on and off the couch while running around the wall. Me, can you please stop, it's getting annoying mate. Ek, no. Laughs. I put my legs all across the couch so he couldn't jump on it anymore. He still found a spot on the couch to jump on. Me, can you please stop, it's so annoying. After he did it a few times. Also keep in mind that he had shoes on. Ek, no. I place my legs in a different position and he just jumps on my leg. It kinda hurt but not bad. This is where I got mad. I yelled at him because he hurt me. The boy was a bit scared but laughed and ran away. I thought he went to his room. Boy, was I wrong. He just ran at me with full speed and jumped with his shoes on as hard as he could on my legs. It hurt so bad, so I pushed him, and it was impossible that cold hurt him because I was in so much pain. Me, can you stop, you little shit, you're hurting me. Ek. But after that Ek began crying and ran to his dad, Ed, and said that I kicked him while he obviously jumped on my leg. My sister also saw it. Ed, what did you do to my son? Me, nothing, he jumped on my leg and now I can't stand on it anymore. Ed, bullshit, my son doesn't do those things. Me, sir, are you serious? Ek, dad, they asked me to jump on the couch and I accidentally jumped on their leg. He was obviously lying. But anyways, my sister told everything to my mom. She of course believed us because the boy lies all the time. After that we went to the hospital and boy, he broke my leg. I told Ed and he simply said, you should watched out. So yeah, now they aren't invited in that house anymore, mayo. So I'm 18-yo and walking through the streets of Phoenix. On my hip I have a holstered Colt 10mm Delta Elite, and a boy, probably around 7 or 8, walks up to me. Is that gun real? Ek asks. Yes it is. I reply softly, can I hold it? He asks. I said no, not without your parent. I calmly said 5 minutes later, about to walk into an academy, sports, and exercise store. For those that don't know, when the M and Ek walk up to me, excuse me young man, she says to me. I turn around. Did you refuse my son to hold your toy gun? She said, slightly frustrated. This I sent her to. I said, but she cut me off. Listen here, you stupid little kid, I don't care. You're probably too old to have a toy gun. Now give it to my son now. She said, ma'am, it's not a toy gun. I said frustratingly. She then rolled her eyes and tries to grab my gun, but I back up in time for her to miss. At that time a buff man walked out of the store and saw what happened. He then came to help. Ma'am, what is going on here? He says to her, this man stole my son's toy gun and won't give it back. He looked at me and I told him exactly what happened. He called the cops and she got arrested for attempted theft. All the while she was screaming how people like me are how Trump won the election and why kids shoot up schools. So, a while back I went for some cultural exchange program in China. The real story does not take place there. It takes place on the plane to China. We were a bunch of boys going on a trip. Although it was 2 in the morning, we couldn't sleep. So we were awake, which was fortunate. In the plane, my friend pulled out his phone and started playing a game on it. Thugs went pretty well for the next hour or so. Then, a young boy sitting next to us wakes up. His parent is the Ep, pass my boy your phone. F, for friend. Y, Ep, he's bored. Me, so, Ep, so he should get the phone. Me and F look at each other. F, but then I'll be bored. Ep, too bad, you're older. You can cope with it. Me, so can your son. He's 8. Ep, but he's bored. Throughout all this, the son has been half awake, half asleep. Now, he's fully awake and mutters, leave them alone mum. You've woken him up. I don't need to point out how stupid that was. We started ignoring her. My friend made a big show of passing the phone to me. Then I passed it back to him. The F is fuming. She takes out her phone. Me, dripping with sarcasm. Wow, you have a phone. Who would have guessed? Let your son play it then. Needless to say, she didn't talk to us after that. She called the flight attendant. Flight attendant, they stole my phone. The flight attendant takes one look at us and bursts out laughing. She was the same flight attendant to come by earlier on and see us playing the phone. Flight attendant, well, if they did, you've reported it a bit too late, because it is theirs. Goes red. Her son has already fallen asleep again. She ignores us playing. We make sure to turn up the volume so she can hear it, but isn't loud enough to wake her boy. The satisfaction was immense, knowing she was watching us play games after she asked us such a ludicrous request that was rebuffed. Sorry for this, maybe boring story. It's over, but at least it's true. But seriously, if you are reading this, you are a fool. A few years back I worked for the most disliked government agency in America. The TSA now working here showed me that a lot of people thinks their rules are stupid. And whether you believe that or not, hopefully you can still understand the frustration I had in this situation. I worked in JFK in Terminal 1, which only has international flights. It's a small checkpoint with only 8 lanes compared to the 20 lanes that the bigger terminals have. So it was always busy and packed during rush hour. For those who don't know, there is 2 ways to screen a person: a metal detector and a full body scanner. A passenger is allowed to opt out of these choices and receive a full body pat down instead. At the time I was stationed at the metal detector. Now only people over 65 and people with small children under the age of 12 can go off the metal detector and not the body scanner without the need to opt out. Enter entitled mom. She arrived at the X-ray belt with about 5 bags and 2 children about 8 or 9 years old. She already gave me an attitude because I asked her to remove her shoes. She did it by throwing her shoes on the belt and even took off the shoes of her children. Even tough, I informed that wasn't necessary for the children. So when they are ready to be screened, I told her that she and her children can come off the metal detector and not the body scanner. She told me that the metal detector has radioactive waves and it can give her children cancer. I kindly informed her that the metal detector did no such thing. Do you think I'm stupid? I want my kids to be safe, so let them right now. I'm sorry ma'am, you and your children can walk off the metal detector and I promise it doesn't give off radiation. She then started screaming at me, saying that I'm violating her rights, something I hear every day. I tried to talk to her calmly and get her off, since a line was building up behind her. She then said that she wants to opt out. I said no problem, that would require a pat down. Even my children? Yes, but it will be by a supervisor of the same gender. She then tries to push me out the way and attempt to open the side door. I held the door close and she swung at my arm. She's hysterical at this point. My supervisor arrives and tried to fix the situation and she pushes him and screams, "Does my children look like terrorist?" Another line that we get all the time. My supervisor responded with the normal answer, "I don't know what a terrorist looks like." What a smart ass response. You are the terrorist. Treating my children like criminals. Let us in, or I'll sue you. At this point my supervisor gave up and called the port authority. They arrived and informed her that she need to follow our procedures. She started crying and telling them that I tried to pat down her daughter and that we were all pedophiles trying to find an excuse to touch children. The officer got tired of her, so he handcuffed her and brought her to their office. And I didn't really hear anything about her afterwards. Did you enjoy this video? Leave a like and subscribe to Brody for more.